try it, and if it's not good,
Okay. That's fine. Oh, I can edit this part, so don't worry about it.
okay.
You're like, bitch, why are you recording? Like,
I was
I'm
like,
always
excuse me, I wasn't ready. All
like,
right, ready? One. Welcome back to another
welcome
episode
back
of Basic Banter for Witches.
for witches. Welcome
It's
back. We're so glad to
Brit
have
and
you.
Jets here. We are so pumped for another episode. We have been having so much fun so far and getting all of our like fun kinks worked out. Our whole email is now set up and we're super
Yep.
excited.
I promised you in the last episode that I would do that,
Yeah.
and I immediately did that. So
Yeah.
I got to thank you for like, I guess, coming back. I'm glad that we
Mhm.
could spark some interest.
Yeah.
And
Even if we only have 4 listeners, we know you're
whoop, whoop.
watching.
Exact
We know you're
mom,
listening.
dad.
And we're very excited.
um,
And
for
cousins.
for real though, dad is like real excited. As a recap,
Oh,
we
God,
are
really?
sisters. We are
Yeah.
like into witchy things, and we've got some proud parents. Our dad is very much a skeptic,
Mhm.
and you know, respects what we do. But
Yeah, which is very shocking.
he's like, oh, my famous daughters were like, okay, cool. And
Famous
like
daughters.
he got me my setup. He's helping me. I'm working. If you're on the video, if you're on the YouTube or whatever,
The YouTube.
you see that I'm in my parents' basement. I just hit the microphone, sorry. I'm in my parents' basement. And yeah, this is my third table that I've worked on
Yeah.
because we're working out all them kinks. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. And it is what it is. So
Absolutely.
her her background will change very often because in the next couple of months here, she will be moving across the pond.
To the
And
Emerald Isle.
there'll be a whole new setup over there.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. So me and my husband and 2 kids are trekking over to Ireland. That's where my husband is from. And we haven't been back since we were married 4 years ago. So we haven't seen any of his family. We just figured it's the right time. So yeah, that
Yeah.
is our adventure coming, which
Yes.
is really great. I'm excited to like return to my like soul's hometown. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
yeah,
And
it'd be
then
great.
send me all of the Moems.
I know.
Moems are, if you are familiar from our 90s childhood, they were candies that were called Mojos. And they're like these like cute little taffy candies that were cola flavored or strawberry or orange, whatever. Then they discontinued. And the
Mhm.
reason why I found that out is because there's a specialty candy shop here that I went to and asked, like, would you order specifically from them? Because I will make an order for myself. And they contacted them. The actual building burnt down.
Oh,
Shock.
Mojo's. Mojo's.
Mojo's done. The whole building just burned down for whatever reason. And they decided they're not going to rebuild. They're not going to continue with the brand, which is super upsetting.
Yeah.
Flash, like go forward. Jessica's wedding. I'm in Ireland, checking out the grocery stores as one does. I always look
Mr.
for fun
Price,
things.
to be more
Yes,
specific. Mr. Price.
Mr.
They're not
Price.
anywhere
Yeah,
else but Mr. Price.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. And I was like, I feel like I need to try these, and they changed my whole life.
Yeah.
So
They're like
Moems,
Mojos, but like fruitier and probably worse for you. They're actually like bigger too. Because like
yeah,
Mojos were like little and these ones are like
yeah.
long and
Well, some of them are sour, which is awesome. And so you can get them on
mhm.
Amazon, which is awesome.
Yeah,
But I'm just going to have Jessica send me back care packages every couple of months.
exactly. And you better
Yeah.
believe my husband is heading to Ireland in a couple weeks here. And he knows that he's coming back with them. I'm like, I need
Well,
a
he has to.
preliminary snick snack. I want them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly. He's not allowed to come back into the house until he has the candy.
I want them Moams. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
what a lovely little where did we travel in that sentence? It was like, I don't even know. We talked about dad, we talked about Ireland, we talked about snacks, Mojos.
Yeah.
That's a very important tidbit on Mojos.
Yeah.
I didn't know
like,
that.
I'm not
so
really sure how we got there, but yeah, exactly. Well, if anyone's going to know about candy, it's going to be me because I am a
Naturally.
candy fanatic. I'm so
Exactly.
thankful for all of my friends and myself that go down to the States or wherever, and they always bring me back some fun candies, whether that's a random different kind of Oreo or if it's a like fun, oh gosh, what are the other things?
Cereal,
M&Ms, cereals.
M&M.
Yeah.
Really, it's
Yeah.
like
So
any blue raspberry, anything.
that's it too.
So
Yeah, I've got blue raspberry gummy bears that I'm too afraid to open because I don't want them to be bad because I know they're going to be so good, but I'm worried.
You're scared that they're gonna be bad, but you know they're gonna be so good. You should just
But
open
you're
them. You've
also,
got to just pull the trigger.
yeah, I know.
You got to do
I
it. They're gonna
will.
go bad before you have a chance to try them.
I know I have that problem. I like
Yeah.
hold on to things so long that they end up going bad, or like someone
Yeah.
just like snipes them from me because I'm not going to eat
Yeah.
them. But
Yeah.
anyways,
Anywho, moving on.
what we'd like to talk about tonight is our signs from spirit, signs from spirit in our dreams, our everyday life, random things that have happened to Jessica and I. So
Angel numbers, even just like really any like
yeah,
anything sign
mhm,
related. Anyways, yeah.
totally.
So we're very
Yeah.
excited. This is something that like me and Britt have both had obviously like, quite a bit of interaction with, but I think it's important. We both think it's important because people tend to brush it off as like, it's just
Mhm.
another,
It's not a big
it's
deal.
it's a plausible. They want to find they have to make an excuse for as to why it's there. Do you know what I mean? So you see a penny on the ground. Oh,
Mhm.
well, this is how it got there,
Someone
right?
dropped it.
Or like if there's a feather or there's a butterfly, it's like, oh, we don't always see them as signs. And really, we're getting signs every day from spirit, every day
Mhm.
from our loved ones, every day, whether we're
Yep.
realizing it or not. So
Exactly.
yeah. Mhm.
Exactly. So, like, what are some signs that you've seen that call out to you?
Oh, okay. The last like I guess week or so. And like I am a strong believer in angel numbers. Mine are typically 287. Just always have been. It just seems to be what pops up. But for the last
Oh,
week, I feel like I'm little Gretel. Is it Gretel? Yeah. And I'm on my little track with Hansel. And
oh.
I each day I get
I was like,
11,
where are
11.
we going
Where are
with
we
this?
going with this? We're like, okay.
Gretel.
Gretel. I'm Gretel.
Not
I
even
don't
not even Snow White.
know.
No,
I am a
no,
10-year-old
no Snow
girl
White.
in the woods.
It's Snow White the one with the big bad wolf.
Snow
No, Red
White.
Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We
I
need,
know it's terrible. Okay, back up.
okay. Back up. I am,
Okay, so back up.
oh wait,
You were Gretel.
I am Gretel, not Hansel. I am Gretel
Oh my
in the little
god.
woods and I'm following breadcrumbs or no, wait, I'm trying to, yeah, follow. Anyways, I'm on this journey. Let's go.
All right.
I'm on my
Yeah.
journey and
Yeah.
I swear it's like my check-in time, 11:11. I don't mean to. I don't like anticipate looking at my phone or the time or anything like that, but it seems
Mhm.
to be like when I'm in a time of question, I'm like, oh, okay, like should I do this or that first? And I'm like, I should do this first. 11:11. I'm like, okay.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, okay,
That was your
I'm
number.
I'm
Yeah.
on a pathway, and that seems to be. I'm
Mhm.
not kidding you. Every day for at least a week, and I don't mean to, but like we'll be podcasting. I'll be doing this, that, or the other thing. 11:11.
Nice.
11:11, and it's
Way to
it's
go.
great. I love it. It's just like, okay,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
I do not intend to be up past 11:11 at night, but I am,
Yeah. But
so
here you are.
here
Well,
I
and
am.
that's fair. Well, I find it's not even just like 11:11. It can just be repeating numbers in
Any
general.
repeating numbers,
Yeah.
absolutely. That just
And
seems to be the
all of
one
the
that
repeating numbers mean something
exactly.
different,
Yeah, exactly.
but
To me,
it's kind
that's
of
my
whatever rings
nudge.
true.
Yeah, it's just been my like nudge. Again, I've pulled that message out of my ass, you could say. But like that seems to be why it's there and what makes
Mhm.
sense to me. Because I know it's
Mhm.
spirit. I know that I'm supposed to
Mhm.
see it. And I was like, okay, cool. Confirm.
Yeah.
Keep
Totally.
going.
You're like,
Keep doing
okay.
it.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
I feel you. Whenever I'm either working or whatever, I have a clock that I look at that is digital. So it's going to tell you exactly what the time is. And throughout the day, like a good 4 to 5 times a day, I'll look at the clock and then it'll be repeating numbers every time where I'm like, okay. Like then I have to kind of reflect and be like, okay, what was I just thinking about? Or what was I just talking about? Or
Hmm.
whatever the case was. So I can just be like, focus on that. You have
Hmm.
to learn about that.
Exactly. Yeah. You have to, yeah, pay attention, which is
Hmm.
all important. I think we might have touched on it last episode, just regarding like your ears ringing. And in that moment, I don't know if we did, but
I don't think
that's
we
another
did.
sign from spirit. If your
Yeah.
ears are ringing, take this as your sign to stop, pay attention to your surroundings. What do you
Mhm.
smell? What do you see?
Yeah.
What are you listening to? Is it, is
Mhm.
it something of resonance? Is it,
Yeah.
what do you feel? Where, put yourself in a different perspective, because that
Mhm.
is exactly that. That is spirit trying to notify you of something. So that could be it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just thinking about this, or oh, I was just thinking about so and so. That'll be your note to like maybe move forward or
Mhm.
whatever. Saw their
Totally.
name on
But that
Facebook and my ear started ringing. It's like, okay, what does that mean? Right. So
well, that is also a sign in itself too.
yeah,
You think of someone, they just randomly pop in your head,
yeah,
and within days, you either get a Facebook message or you get a phone call or you run into
exactly.
them in the grocery store and you're like, okay, well, there was a
Yeah.
reason. Like I knew this was
Yeah.
coming.
exactly. Actually, okay, so we have a friend, Kelsey. Every time I think of her, she texts me
Mhm.
every time. And I'm like, oh, I should do this. And then she
She's
freaking
gonna
texts me. I'm
love
like,
that you have that.
I know. I love you, Kels. My first
Yeah.
roommate for those and friend,
Yeah.
whatever.
Who literally don't know you.
Literally none of no. No. Uh but yeah,
For
no,
those who don't
for
know,
those of you who do, nobody knows that. Why would they know that?
no,
That would be weird.
literally no one knows
We would
that.
know that.
Oh my God.
But my first
Yeah.
and only roommate outside of my husband. So I don't know why I said that. That's funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
That's all right.
there you go.
Cool. I
KP.
love it. Yeah. Lots of wonderful signs, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to asking for a sign, if you are connected enough to be like, you know what, I want to ask for a sign, you have to be open to seeing it and not just like disregarding it. Because it's so easy to be like, okay, today I'm going to be really specific. I want to see a black feather, and I need it to be somewhere that doesn't make any sense, just so that way you know that message is for you. And you can be
Mhm.
walking in the mall, and there might be a black feather literally in your path, and you'll be like, that was just blown in by the wind. That doesn't make any sense. You're
Mhm.
like, no, no, girl, that was for
Exactly.
you.
Yeah,
Mhm. Um,
exactly. I know we'll probably
but
talk about manifesting and whatever in our podcast, but
perfect.
it is one of
Yeah.
those things you have to, with your whole heart, put
Mhm.
in that intention of, this is the sign I need. I need
Yeah.
this to give me the affirmation that I need. And it
Yeah.
is like, it is not talking as if, oh, I would like, it's like, no, this is it.
Mhm.
This is mine. You got to show it to me.
Yeah,
Speaking
totally.
with
Well, and
intention.
I have a story about that. Of asking for a very specific sign, waiting for it, and then having it presented.
Mhm.
So, Jessica already knows this story, but I was looking for the house that I live in currently,
Mhm.
and on the day that we were looking at all of our houses that we had on the list, there was one in the middle of the list that we were like, yeah, that one's the one. That's the one that we're going to really want to see today. So we're super excited. The two other ones were like, whatever, added to the list, so we have something to do. At the very beginning of the day, I had told myself, I was like, you know what? If something is meant to be for me today, I need to see a cow pattern. I need to see like a black and white pattern or a cow. Like I have to see that in the house. That has to be somewhere, and it has to be obvious. Like I can't just go looking for it. It has to be really obvious. And that sounds ridiculous because who the fuck is going to put cows in their house? But
Many people, many
here we
people.
are.
We love cows. Love a good cow. I look around.
You
I'm like, is there a cow in here? Yeah.
no, there isn't.
There's camo. Is there
Yeah, right.
camo?
But very rarely will you see a or a cow. So first house, total doozy. Me and my guy were like, no, nope, no, hard no. Second house that we were really excited about was like crazy busy. Like we were one of like 14 people looking at it that day. The house was kind of congested. It wasn't what we wanted. And then we ended up getting like locked out of the house. It was a whole ordeal. Everyone's just like, no, doesn't feel good. It's like that story of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Not good, not good,
I'm sorry, is
just
she the
right.
one with the really long hair? Oh,
She's
that
Three
was a
Bears.
bad joke. That was a bad joke because you messed up earlier with Snow White and Handsome.
Oh, fair.
That was
Oh,
my
yeah.
attempt at humor. I'm so sorry.
Notice how I'm funny and you're not though, but it's like super fun.
You know what? I try.
No,
I
you do.
really was
I
like,
know.
I'm gonna sneak it in there.
You're
Anyways, go on.
great.
I'm sorry.
You're so great. So the third house that wasn't on our list, on the way there, I ended up, oh no, I'm sorry. After the first house, I told my guy what I had asked for the day. And I was like, just so you know, if you happen to see it, it's not a big deal, but that's kind of what I would told myself. He's like, okay, whatever. After the second house, he's like, I didn't see any cow pattern. I was like, weird. I was like, yeah, no, I didn't see that either. Maybe it's just not for us today. And so the third house, we drive up to and we're like, well, that's cute. Like, I like the neighborhood, like, whatever. We walk in and it hits me like a ton of bricks. Right at the front mantle above the TV is a picture of a border collie that's black and white. And I was like, that's hilarious. No, that's not right.
That
That's not
can't
for
be.
me.
That can't
That's
be.
actually not for me. So I laugh.
I
I
said
completely
cow.
laugh. Exactly. Yeah. Like, no, that wasn't true. But it did say black and white, but I was like, we'll see. Anyway, so I'm walking around the house and it feels just like our childhood home. So it basically felt like home anyway. So it's such a good feeling. We had to walk around and then hit again, right in the master bedroom, the same picture with the same dog, like better black and white photo. I'm just like, oh. So I told my guy, I was like, did you see the picture of that dog? And he's like, oh my God. I'm like, yeah. What do you think? And he's like, hmm. And by the end, he's the one asking, so what are we going to do to go forward with this? How are we going to make an offer? And I'm like, so the best part about this is it was our house because not only because we found two signs, but immediately within 10 hours, that house was sold to us. It was very rare for our realtors to have such an easy time with us putting in an offer, having them accept our offer, no countering, like boom, sale is done.
Yeah.
And we were so grateful. Everything had worked so flawlessly and we just knew it was our
Yeah.
house. So,
And that's crazy because right now in this market, like, and
yeah,
you had said there's like, it's
no.
hot. It was, I shouldn't say it isn't anymore, but
Yeah.
it's cooled off. But at
Mhm.
that point, even a month or
Mhm.
two ago, it was like,
Yeah.
okay, we're going to house shopping today and we
Yeah.
better buy today because it won't be available
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Well, and even the house, like this house that we live in right now, we were the first ones to look at it that day, but there were 10 people after us.
Mhm.
So there was lots of time for other offers to go in,
Yeah.
but they still chose ours. So still
Yeah.
pretty amazing.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
It's a good
yeah.
feeling. Yeah. That's awesome. Well,
So that was super fun to have that
yeah.
kind of sign come in clear and like challenge it. And then it still came back.
Exactly. And
So,
you never did tell me that. I didn't know
oh, I
that.
didn't.
That's
Oh,
yeah.
seriously? Oh, sorry,
Mhm.
Jess. I thought I
No,
did.
well, that's fine. Oh, Brittany, you're telling me now, and you're telling the listeners
Yeah,
now.
that's right. That's right.
Exactly. No,
I
that's
can't believe I didn't tell you that.
fantastic.
That's funny. Yeah, it was ridiculous. And we just like had such a good laugh.
Like,
Like,
and there it is
okay.
again. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. Mhm.
totally. So yeah, no, it was super fun. I definitely ask often for signs if I need them. Be like, I need you, or just my spirit guide, like I need you to take the wheel today. You just tell me what I
Yeah.
need to do, or you just need to guide me to where what needs to happen.
Mhm.
Like I have another example. This was years and years and years ago.
Mhm.
An ex-boyfriend who was coming in and out of my life to be a friend, but it just wasn't a healthy relationship, whatever. I remember him wanting to meet after work, and all day I was like, oh, I don't want to do this, but I always cancel. And I literally like left it up to spirit. And I was like, listen, I need you to cancel on his end. I need something to happen that he says, no, not today, because I can't be the person anymore, but I'm leaving it up to you. I can't do this.
Mhm.
And I get off work. I text him and I say, hey, when are we hanging out? And he's like, oh, sorry, I can't tonight. Can we do it another time? And I was like,
Absolutely not. I'm just kidding. Yeah.
yeah, sure, block delete. Not a problem.
Yeah.
So,
No, I love
mhm,
that. And you have to be really specific sometimes. You
yeah,
really
you
do. Because
do.
I've,
Yep.
I, like many people, have questioned my path altogether and has
Mhm,
been like, am I doing the right thing? I swear that whenever I do readings, whenever I do, like, whenever I have anything done, I'm like, am I on the right path? Am I doing
yeah,
what I'm supposed to be doing? Well,
totally.
shit. Like, I should be asking very specific questions. I
Yeah.
need to get more specific. And I think a lot of people don't ask for what they truly want because they're like afraid to say it. Don't be
Yeah.
you're not greedy because you
No.
know what you want, right?
And
Like if
really, if it's
ask
supposed to
for it.
come to you, it's not going to pass you by. That's one of my favorite quotes.
No,
If it's meant for
exactly.
you, it's not, it's going to be yours.
Exactly. You will know if you're not supposed to ask for it, right? If it doesn't
Mhm.
feel right to ask for it, then it's probably
Yep.
not something you should ask. But like if you're
Exactly.
curious about anything,
Yeah.
like, and that could be anything. And we as humans are obviously, we need money to survive. We need food to
Mhm.
survive. We need, certain, I shouldn't say even certain luxuries, but we do need to get by with things, right? We
Mhm.
are very materialistic people. And, yeah, I would love to see an extra couple zeros in my bank account. And
Mhm.
damn right I've asked for it. And you know what? It has happened,
Mhm.
and you had said, I'll let you tell the story about when you were doing your manifesting and asking spirit. Oh, I guess we're doing manifesting too this time. I'm so sorry.
Let's just do it. Who cares?
When you were
Whatever.
looking for your unexpected amount of money that came into you. Do you remember?
That word, sorry, say that one. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was just like, what?
If
Yes.
that's
Okay.
okay. You're welcome to tell that story anyways if you want.
Sure. Yeah. I love that story. Yeah. You know what? It comes to manifesting and signs of spirit, asking spirit what you want. It's all very similar anyway. And it was a new moon.
Mhm.
And I was like, you know what? This is the best time to manifest. I am going to manifest very specifically what I want. So I did like a list of like 10 things. I wrote them out, like it saged, felt really good. And I was like in my nice calm, like center. And I was like, yeah. So I put a bunch of things on my list. One of them was I'm going to come into some unexpected money. And the second one was I'm going to win a contest. And so I was like, whatever happens, happens.
Hmm.
After I finished my letter, I like put it in my notebook beside my bed and I'm just hanging out watching TV. And at the time I was living at my parents, basically where Jessica is now.
We swapped.
And yeah, we swapped. And that was super high. Swap places. And my brother who lives there was like, he knocks on the door right away. And he's like, hey. And I was like, hi. Like, do you because I, again, going back to me being a psycho with candy, I have a candy box always on the go, open for whoever wants them. He comes in flashing a $20 bill and he's like, hey, can I buy some candy from you? And I was like, you can just have it for free. And he's like, no, I'm gonna pay for it because I'm gonna be checking back in. And I was like, sure. So I just got like 20 bucks. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I love that.
And then
exactly.
within 2 days, I ended up winning a contest at one of our favorite crystal shops that we go for like a $20 gift card or something again. So it was like two
that, yeah.
twos, and I was like, interesting. So yeah,
That's
I've
right.
definitely learned that, you know, if you want something, you got to be pretty specific, but it's going to come through then.
Yeah,
If you believe it's already yours, then it will be.
Yeah, I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
my goodness.
but yeah, I love it. Have you done any manifesting, Jess, that has come through really clear?
Honestly, like, I'm trying to think these days. No, I guess, you know, again, I'm like a mom and I'm boring and I just like want my family to be happy and like healthy.
You sound like
and
such
like
a mom.
I do, but like, you know, I should freaking I should just like start tonight. I feel like I know that like the new moon is already passed, but like we're still in that like flavor zone. Things are good. This is, are we in the, I know, right? We're in the waxing phase, I believe.
You would know more than me. I don't know
double
as much as you do.
Let me just double check here. In the waxing phase of the moon, that is when we oh, hold on. Waxing near me. Waxing moon phase. I don't have
Brazilian waxing photos. Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Oh yeah, it's when it's getting bigger. Yeah. So on like so as the moon is getting bigger, that is like a sign of abundance. So now is the time to ask and do, if you're performing spells for things that are going to be inwards, right? So we're bringing everything in at this point, right? So the next phase would be the waning moon phase, and that would be like a release of sorts. So once we get to that tip of the full moon, and then on the other side, that's when the moon is getting smaller, that's the release side. So we are on the accumulating, the growth side. So yes, I would love for my infant to be sleep trained. I'd love that. That is killing me.
Here we go.
Hey, pups.
Surprise guest.
It's okay. Gwen is sitting
Grizzly's
on her perch.
Always a surprise guest.
That's so funny.
She opens the door by herself now. I close it and she's just like, no.
She's like, no, this is
these doors have to be open.
No closed doors, miss. Not in this house.
Who do you think you are? Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Anyway, from someone who doesn't pay rent, but whatever.
Exactly right. Pretty rich.
She runs the house.
Ruining things.
Run the house, eh?
Yeah, exactly. I have no idea what
Anyways,
you're talking about anymore.
Your infant needs to be
sleep training. Frick.
Yeah.
She's like 7 months.
10 times.
I'm going to I'm going to do it, like not right now, but I will do it. Man, like seriously. Well, we're getting it like last night. We were up. I say it's me. Because I got the boobs and I'm still breastfeeding. And like she was up I went to bed early because of migraine. And then up at 1, up at 4. And then we were like up at 6. And like little dude was up at 6. I'm like laying in bed. It was awful.
You're like fried to hell.
I'm like, please, God, I would really like a sleep trained baby. Anyways, I'll keep writing that and I will manifest the crap out of that. If anybody's listening to this and it hasn't happened yet, even if it has, you know, for all the mamas and papas who are sleep training their infants, let's just put out in the world that like it gets easier, because holy crap, I'm just going to put that energy out there. Yeah. These kids are wild, and that's what it is. And I'm sorry, that term wild in is definitely from one of my favorite podcasts that I listen to. So that is too morbid. Thank you for giving me that word. But yeah, you got it. I just said it because it came out, but it's not. I did not write that word up. No. Write it up. Make it up. Write it up.
Yeah. Nice. Well, now we know what you're manifesting. I'm not sure what I want to manifest just yet, but I should probably do that as well. We just want our splurge
Hmm.
group. So I got
Yes.
a good chunk of money coming my way.
Yeah.
And I am not sure what I want to spend it on yet. I'd normally like to buy a bunch of like, I don't know. I have like
Yeah.
lots of things that I could do, like buy a couple new card decks. I feel like I'm good on the crystal front right now. I have so
Totally.
many.
Yeah. And you're getting
And
mine. For
exactly.
for those of you who are listening and do not know what a splurge group is, we're a part of a group of 9 ladies.
Oh, there's 9.
There's 9 of us. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We've only gotten together like 5 times. Anyways, so every month we do a get together and we draw a name. Winner gets $50 from each lady. So we get, what is it, 450 plus 50 from our own. So yeah, so
right,
and it has to be spent on yourself.
Yeah, it can't be bills. It can't be on somebody else.
Yeah.
It has to be for your own personal gain, which is amazing.
Exactly.
But it's really hard when you're like, I don't know what to spend.
Exactly.
And you have to spend it. You can't just save it.
Exactly. You can't save it for bills or whatever.
Yeah.
I got a personal shopper. She came with me and I picked out like clothes for clothes. It was fantastic. I spent, that was the most I've probably ever spent on clothes myself.
Nice.
Ever. I mean, I paid her like, I can't remember how much I paid her. It was like 175 or whatever it was. And then a 450 on clothes, like strictly. I was like, okay. Because I was like, okay, I'm willing to like invest that much more to have this done, right? And this way it's like that is all that. It was a fantastic experience. It was like, and as like a mid to plus size woman, it was like there's nothing gonna be there, so it was fantastic. Anyways, definitely recommend it.
No, I love that.
Yeah,
totally. Splurge groups in general, if you are looking to expand your friend group, just get a bunch of random ladies, random personalities together. It doesn't matter who they are, doesn't matter what gender. Literally get everybody together and just do something fun every month. And that could be
bowling,
a Zoom call, depending, or it could be, bowling.
Pilates class.
Thing.
I hate bowling.
Yeah.
But I love my friends who bowl.
That's right. Or there's so many endless things. Like what I'm planning to do, because now I'm hosting because I won. I am getting everybody to come over to my new home, and I am going to get a bunch of painting supplies and canvases supplies for everybody. And I am going to find a
learn to paint.
Learn to paint on YouTube.
There's tons apparently. It'll be fine. I'm
not worried.
Yeah.
I'm literally not worried.
I'm excited.
I'm just going to supply everybody with good food and some fun drinks and just kind of go from there.
And that's our last one before summer break. Yeah, so fantastic. Right. It'll be great.
Yeah, it'll be so good. But
look at us go look at our full agenda here tonight. I love it. We were chatting. We're like, what are we going to talk about? I'm like, I don't know. We'll talk about this, that, and the other thing. And we'll see how it goes. Exactly. Yes. So again, this fun little tidbits of our lives are the banter of which the basics come out of.
It, guys. So
this is it. I hope this is what you signed up for. I hope you did.
If not,
we enjoy it. Exactly. If anything, my mom's going to listen and she's going to really like it. And mom's going to be like, oh, Jessie, I listened to your podcast a few times and this is my notes.
And I cried because I heard your voice.
I cried because I love you and I miss my girls and I want them with me all the time. I love you, Mom. I do. Please continue to love me, even though I said that. I love you.
Yeah, that was super rude. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Mom.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the same. The thing
she
is,
will forgive you.
I'm gonna be the same with my kids. Like it's the best kind of life.
I'm already the same with your kids, and they're not even mine.
I know.
I'm just like hold them like I just love you. Could you?
He's gonna come for a sleepover the second you want him. Sleepovers a week.
Anytime.
Whenever you've got some time off, all week long. No, when you have some time off. I mean that. Okay, we're on a podcast. We'll talk about this later.
Anyways.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we wanted to talk about too, before we get into our tarot.
Oh yes.
Is let's talk about dreams or signs of spirit in person that may or may not have been positive. Like something that maybe have freaked you out, or something that was like super exciting that you're like, oh, that feels good. Or just like a sign that you're like, someone's there with me.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch, but I know I talk so much. So Jessica,
it's okay.
You lead this.
But like reality is you've got a little bit more experience in this knowledge, or what's the word am I looking for? Wisdom. I don't even know. Not wisdom, but but no, you've been awake longer. Do you know what I mean? Your sense has been awake longer than I have. So I probably have had a bunch and I was like, it doesn't matter. Pre me getting into all of this lovely stuff, we when we're in Ireland, me and my husband, well, now husband, and we would go on ghost hunts and stuff like that with like local friends there. And
Mhm.
there was one cemetery within Killarney, which is the town, that we would go to, and we would have like a seance and whatnot. And I always connected with this spirit named Sarah. Always, 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 always. And I feel like I was always able to like recall her whenever I not needed her there, but do you know what I mean? It was an easy tap for me.
Mhm.
And it was a very comforting spirit. So once we're in
Mhm.
the seance and we're like communicating in that sense, it was like, because I mean, Ouija, I don't agree with Ouija. I shouldn't say I don't agree with it, to each their own. Absolutely. I just don't trust myself enough to close that portal enough. Like I need to
Mhm.
be like text
I don't
on
want to
my own.
bring it into the house. I
No,
will play with it
exactly.
somewhere else that is not my house.
I will play with it in a graveyard in Ireland and leave.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done. Anyways, but yeah, every time I've communicated with her, it's I feel like her story is quite tragic, but I do feel like she was a wholesome person, and there's a
Mhm.
lot more to her story. So I'm hoping with my gained knowledge I can do a little bit more
Mhm.
there when I'm going
Yeah,
back. So anyways,
exactly.
so
That'll be super cool. Yeah,
mhm,
that's amazing.
yeah, yeah,
Cool. Okay,
mhm,
well, I have one random story, and it's like to this day, I actually don't know what had happened. All I know is it freaked the fuck out of me and it scared my mom. So that's, and like, this is when we were kids, Jessica. Like, I don't know if you're going to remember this story. So
mm,
we had to have been in elementary school because yeah, elementary school still seems right. Yeah. Anyways, I slept in. It was a Saturday morning, slept in. It was probably like what, 10, 11, as kids do at that
mhm.
age. And I remember like being in bed and I remember waking up kind of like in that sleep stance or sleep
Like not
trance.
paralysis. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I heard like a woman scream and I was like, whoa, was that real? Was that from the TV? And I was like, I don't know what that was. Whatever.
Mhm.
Brush it off. I walk out into the hallway and our linen closet on my right side is open. As I'm walking, literally a hand shot out from the top right at me, and it came so fast, I fell to the ground and like smacked my head on the wall. And I was on the ground and I screamed and I started bawling. And my mom ran around the corner. Jessica, you and Matt came too, but you may not remember this. And I was like, there's something out there. Like, I think it was a snake or something that tried to come at me because I didn't know what it was. It was just a black hand gone at me. And I normally wouldn't remember this because like, oh, maybe it's just like your brain tricking you,
Yeah.
whatever. But the only thing that really freaked me out is because my mom was super freaked out. And like I remember her poking a stick to see if there was anything up there. And I was like, holy shit, she thinks this is real too. Thinking, okay, I saw something then. And yeah, still to this day, no idea what had happened.
Mhm.
Nothing like that had happened since. But yeah, it definitely got into my head. I was like,
No, for
okay,
sure.
there's something else going on
Yeah.
here.
That definitely would have
So
been a long time ago,
it was a
considering
long time ago.
like if we were all upstairs, like,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, because you and Matt were watching cartoons, living it like,
Yeah.
it's
Like we
super
would have shared
vivid.
a room at that point, I would
We may
assume.
have I would
So
assume so too.
so Matt would
Yeah,
have been like, yeah, we would have been young.
we were, yeah,
Like
in the last
like
bedroom.
oldest you'd be it would be like 10 or 11.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
Oldest.
really young.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was super crazy.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
yeah,
I
it's
didn't
not
realize
all of my
that.
yeah. Yeah, like, I didn't have a lot of instance like, I did and I didn't. I had another instance when my cousin had passed away. He passed away
Mhm.
quite tragically, and I remember like, this is actually kinda dark, so, like,
I'll sage the crap out of
trigger
this. Trigger
warning, trigger
warning,
warning.
trigger warning,
I yeah,
addiction.
yeah.
And
So
yeah.
I was quite upset. This is like maybe a couple hours after I find out, and I'm in the shower, and I decide that's a good time to cut myself because I was quite upset. And as I was about to, while I'm like in the hot shower, all I felt was like a cold wash completely come over me, like a complete like cold wind from head to toe. And it was like an instant in my mind saying, no, you don't need to do that. And I like put the razor down and I was like, I'm not going to do that. And it was so insane because I know it's for sure him. This is like me
I
getting
know.
upset right now.
No,
But
I don't know this, and I'm so thank you for
yeah,
sharing. Like,
no, but yeah, it was one of those like really intense moments that I was like, no, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that ever
yeah.
again. And yeah, that was like my big moment from our cousin who has now passed. But like ever since then, I'm like, whoa, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So little by little over the years, there's always been something that has connected to me to somehow something on the other
Mm-hmm.
side, which has been pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and like, flash forward to 2 years ago, um, we said in the last episode when my grandma had passed that she had connected with me. And one of the other really neat things that how she connected with me and my great aunt who also passed away, who connected with me, is through a dream I had after they had passed. I had this beautiful dream where it was just like clouds all around this like giant gray room. And it was just like all like lovely clouds. And I'm seeing my grandma and grandpa who've passed away like walk hand in hand in front of me, just loving life. And I'm smiling at them. And like they for sure don't see me, but it's just so nice to see them happy. And then I kind of move over and I can see my great aunt sitting at a picnic table and she's playing cards and laughing. And I'm just like, oh my God, she's doing so good too. And it was just such a good feel good dream. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, they're okay. This is
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So
Man.
yeah, those are my intense stories.
Yeah. Wow.
my,
Very intense. But
my
like,
wild life of
but you know
like
what?
different
But
things.
that's good. I'm glad that you like we've all been blessed with certain things, and obviously for a reason.
Mhm.
Spirit comes to
Yeah.
us, right?
And being open is huge.
Yeah,
Being open is a
exactly.
big deal. And
Exactly. Again,
yeah.
the awakening. I
Mhm.
do okay, this is like dream related, but I don't know if it's like, it obviously is my spirit, but I don't know. Dive into this with me. So
Let's
I
do it.
was dreaming the other night, as I
Mhm.
do, as one does.
Awesome. As one
And
does.
it was like, okay, so like in a dream, like when you fall, you get woken up. When you get hurt, or you know what I mean? Like you
When you before
typically
you hit the ground or whatever.
exactly. I literally had a dream that I was dying. And
Oh
it was
wow.
like, I had to die in my dream in order to
Oh.
like reset. So I was like having those
Oh,
the shutdown, like it was very strange. And I was like,
crazy.
and like obviously I'm fine, thank goodness, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
it was like I had no choice but to like live through the death in order
Yeah.
to
Be reborn.
yeah. So I'm
To
like,
live
okay, so
again.
this is my rebirth. Okay, so that's I don't know
Oh.
what. So anyways, and like like a dear friend of ours, Beb Lazar, had
Mhm.
recently had a rebirth experience earlier this year
Yes.
that she'd shared, and
That like
like
took her down.
exactly. And I was like, I
Yeah.
definitely she was the first one I thought of. I'm like, okay, so because I've
Yeah.
never died in my dream,
Yeah.
never, right? Like, but that's literally I just remember laying there and being like, okay, no, I have to like succumb. I have to
Mhm.
stop. I have to
Mhm.
stop. And then I was like,
Oh.
I don't know what I dreamed about next, but it was like I
Hmm.
had to, and it like that stuck out to me so much. I was like, okay, so this is my next chapter. This one is closing. It's
Wow.
behind me now.
Yeah.
I
Get
have,
ready.
whatever is coming or whatever I'm growing up into, I'm in that next phase. So I was like, okay,
Wait.
again, affirmation that that's where I'm
Mhm.
going. But man, I was
I
like, hey,
love it.
spirit. Yeah, it was really intense. But like I said, I was like,
Sweet.
I didn't tell Ryan
That's
that.
so wild. No,
But yeah, I
he's
was like,
gonna
okay,
know
I know.
now after you watch them.
Oh, totally, exactly. But I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, Britt
I
needs to know this. I hadn't told you yet. So I was like, okay,
yes.
like I like
Well,
literally like didn't
save
know
it for
what
the
to do.
pod. We don't even
For
talk
the
anymore. It's
pod.
only for the podcast.
That's hilarious, isn't it?
Yeah. So like, nope, save that story. Tell me on the
Exactly.
podcast. You can
Exactly.
get my
It,
actual reaction.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Write it down. Tell me later.
exactly.
Yeah. That's
Yeah. So
amazing.
yeah,
Oh, great.
to the listeners, I
Yeah.
guess if you guys have any stories or anything, honestly, we'd love to hear them. We should do a
Mhm.
listener tales, or like if you've got
Ooh,
dreams that you want to share with the world, you
absolutely.
should totally email us. Well, I'm
Yes.
show notes. That'll be it. It's
Mhm.
basic bitches. Oh, that's not it.
Wow.
Why did I
That's
say
not your
that?
email.
That's not
That's not email at
apparently I
all.
don't even know. Basic banter for witches at gmail.com. And that will be in the show notes. I
Oh
don't know.
my God.
I am a basic bitches. Well, that too.
Telling
Basic
the listeners
banter.
that just like this is our email. Basic bitches.
Basic bitches. Exactly. Like who's the basic bitches, Jess? Who is it? No, basic banter for
Nope.
witches at gmail.com. Basic
Yes.
banter for witches at gmail.com. Anyways. Okay.
Oh, it'll be in the show notes. And you know what? If you have also had dreams, like we just talked, right?
Dreams.
We said dreams
Yep.
or
Dreams
connections with spirit.
experience. Yeah, we'd love
Yeah.
to hear what you've got to say.
Yeah. We would
On
love to be able to say them
Mhm.
again. We don't have to say your last name,
Let me
obviously,
know
but
if you
we'd love
can.
to be able to,
Can we use your name? I don't know. We'll
yeah,
see what happens. That'd be
whatever.
great. I'd
Yeah.
love to hear
Yeah.
what you guys have.
Yeah, it'd be
Because
super cool.
and no silly stories are like no silly. I don't know where my
Nothing is
brain's at.
silly.
Nothing is silly.
Is silly.
Nothing is silly. You might think it's minuscule. It's not. It's
No, it never
fine.
is.
You hear what we just said. We talk about all the things. It's great.
Yeah.
Everything means something. Everything
Yeah.
means something. It's all good.
Oh, I love it.
I know.
Good.
Like
Okay,
my word
so
vomit. Moving
I
on.
love it.
Brittany,
Yeah.
do you have a card to pull for us?
I absolutely do,
Oh,
and
I'm
I'm
so
choosing a different
excited.
deck
A
this
different deck, a
time.
different deck. We need like a song there. Card of the week.
Card time,
Card time.
card time, card time.
This would be a time
Okay.
that I get like my son to like sing a song of something, and then that's the lyric. He's just got to write it for us. I'll work on that. Okay.
Right. Yes, your
So
3-year-old will try
exactly.
this.
Yeah. So yeah. What's the deck? Who's the author?
Okay, so the deck is Archangel Power Tarot Cards by
Mm.
Radley Valentine.
Radley. We love him. He was on last
Mhm.
week, wasn't he? I can't remember.
Nope. It was Karen
Oh,
K.
that's right. But Radley.
Radley.
Side note, I
Okay.
totally want to dive into like the deep goss between him and Doreen Virtue.
Yes, but we don't know enough though, so we're gonna have to research.
But I'm going to research that.
the
Anyways,
hell out
side
of
note,
it.
back to Radley.
Yeah, so the card of the week. All right, so there we go.
4 of
Take
Michael.
a break. Time to let it go. It is
Mhm.
time to take a rest.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Resist the urge to challenge everybody who disagrees with you. Let it go. Step back. Take a rest.
I love it. I really
I
do
like
love
it
that
too.
card. Can you hold it up
Yeah.
again? I just want to have a better look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. I can.
For those who would like to see that are not on there, I only see some orbs and a stream. Oh, she's laying by the stream and she's like so relaxed in really, it's beautiful, serene.
You know,
Kind of
honestly, with the
image.
orbs, they remind me of camper lanterns. And when this episode will be airing, it's in the summertime. So, you know, maybe it's time for a
Sit
camping
back,
trip.
relax.
Maybe it's time to
Exactly.
go into nature, go fall asleep by some water, take a vacation, seek
Disconnect,
relief
but
from
listen to this
stress.
podcast. Download this podcast and then go disconnect.
Yes, exactly. And then
Boom.
listen to it while you're laying in the woods.
Exactly. And think of us. Exactly.
Yes. How about yourself, Jess? Do you have a card of the week that you'd like to pull?
You know, I wasn't sure. Okay, so I would really like to keep like the animal theme up.
Do it.
I'm just gonna do it.
Let's just do
Absolutely. Because
I
before we started recording, I pulled a card and I was like, I just don't know if that, like, obviously that card is for like Brit and myself now, but like I'm gonna just unpack it.
do
again. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it again. My animal spirit deck, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit by Kim Kranz. Beautiful artwork. My like seriously, like absolutely gorgeous. Anyways, so let me just do my little whiz. We will go over like how to pull and all the stuff for tarot. Everybody's different and how they do it. Brittany taught me
Jessica
initially.
and I are very different.
We're very different. Yeah, exactly. Like you taught me the initials and then I just kind of like adapted it to my own thing. And then it's funny because when you lean into that, like, that's it, intuition. Lean into it, then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's how I do it. That's how I do it. That's not how it should be done. It's just how I do it, and it works for me. So.
Well, and the whole point of doing it in general is just doing it intuitively. So you have to figure out what way works best for you. There is no right way, no wrong way.
Exactly. Okay.
It's only wrong if you tell somebody else what to do.
A phoenix. I love that. Okay, so this is a spirit energy for those who are wondering. Energies can be earth, air, fire, water, or spirit. So the phoenix, freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. Again, this is my freaking card because I just told you about my rebirth experience. Yeah. Totally helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run for who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness or dead weight fall into ashes, and lightness and clarity emerge. Like, man, this girl, she's all over the place. I love it. She's like in my brain. Yeah, I love it. The first chakra. Yeah, honestly, like This is based on the root chakra. The accent of the phoenix begins here, and as entanglement of karmas, it's slowly burned. It rises from the ash toward the navel center again and again, and makes its journey from first to third chakra, purifying our essence, freeing us from the past.
Wicked.
Rebirth, my rebirth, everybody's rebirth. I don't know. I hope that can resonate with everyone.
Yeah.
Again,
and quick disclaimer, that is not the card she pulled for us before.
that was not the I don't know which one I pulled. That was one for us.
Bird.
It was a mockingbird.
It was a bird one.
Or it was a mockingbird.
No.
It was a bird. Anyways. That's
I forget what it was, but it was something about communication.
Songbird.
So very different.
Exactly. Yeah. Very different card. But that one definitely resonated. Anyways, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet.
I was meant to pull another card. I hope that card gives
Absolutely.
comfort to those who are looking for it. Let's rise from the ashes from whatever happens to be, our situation in the next few weeks here.
Or rising from the ashes now that we're manifesting after this new moon. Time to build.
Exactly.
Build up.
Yeah,
Build
exactly.
up, but also take a moment of resting. And if that building up is also taking a rest and taking a break, go for it.
Do it. Exactly. Yeah.
Love it.
If it feels right,
Awesome.
It's probably right.
That's right. Exactly.
Right
well,
on.
thanks for joining us for another episode. We are so pumped that you made it here. Feel free to like and subscribe our YouTube, our Instagram page, and email us anytime at basicventureforwitches@gmail.com.
Fantastic. Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks,
we look forward to
Thanks,
chatting
guys.
again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.